Bit up close and personal, this one. What are you doing, dog? What are you doing? What is that? Honestly. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. In this episode, we talk about the things that men don't like talking about. Today, we're talking about prostate cancer. Now, anyone that's been following the channel for a while will know that back in 2020, was it? Yeah, 2020. 2020, I did a video on the Kawasaki Ninja 1000 SX. Why did I do that video? Well, it was I bought a cheap camera, bought a cheap microphone. I'd always fancied doing a video, stick it on YouTube. The reason I did that is because, unfortunately, at the time, my dad was diagnosed with prostate cancer. It's taken me 4 years to this point to be able to talk about it basically without crying. I'll be honest. So yeah, this video is quite hard for me. I knew it would be. But here we are. So yeah, it's 2018. Dad and I. This picture here. One of my favourite pictures is Dad and I on the North Coast 500. We had a Tiger XR 800 XRT at the time, and I had my 94R Speed Triple. Great trip, really good. Weather was changeable to say the least. Yeah, that trip, I thought that Dad wasn't quite right. There was a few things. He kept needing to go to the toilet. We didn't really know why. It wasn't a urinary tract infection. He wasn't too sure, so I suspect he was maybe having symptoms then. But anyway, cut fast forward to some investigations, bits and pieces. And in 2020, when I reviewed the Z1000 SX, the reason I did that video is because, unfortunately, he was in hospital following his diagnosis with prostate cancer. So on that, because he couldn't come out with me and because we couldn't go and ride out together, he is one of the reasons why I got into motorbikes in the first place. I did that video for him so he could watch it and essentially be with me for the ride. Unfortunately, he's with me in spirit and in mind now on every ride I go out on. He's no longer with us, I'm afraid. So yeah, this is a hard one. This is a hard one for me. So anyway, 4 years on, 4 years on, here we are. It's 2024, and I can only now just pretty much talk about it. So why am I doing this video? Well, obviously, we are going to be doing a charity ride this year. It's going to be in May, 24th of May. We'll be riding out from Market Harbour all the way out to Frankfurt. We will be raising a sausage. A nice big Frankfurt sausage to raise awareness for men's prostate cancer. So it's 4 years this year, so I've been struggling to talk about it, discuss it, to be honest, really. It's still quite raw. But, I think the time is right. So anyway, I was thinking about doing something, and my mate Helmet Head, if you head over to his channel, all the details are on there as well. But essentially, he'd actually posted, ironically, about doing something with Prostate Cancer UK. So on the back of that, I thought, you know what, this is the prime time for me to do something. And I thought, I'm all over that. We'll get on that. Let's do it. So the idea is we dress as British lords, or lords of whatever you may take on that. And we'll head out to Frankfurt, raise a sausage for prostate cancer UK awareness. And, we do it for men's health, and we do it together. We do it as a family. We do it as men. Men were not great at talking about these health issues or mental health issues or anything like that. As you can see, still makes me quite emotional thinking about Dad. But yeah, I think it's the right time. It's the right time, so we do it. So the challenge was to do something on a maxi scooter. Now, anyway, being 6'3", I struggled a little bit on some scooters. I looked at a Sim 640i, I think it was. I've looked at a Kawasaki J300. I looked at and I was very interested in a Honda ADV 350. Yeah, that one. And I don't fit. So anyway, I have a solution. So Helmet Head, he's set the challenge. So I'm not one for shying away from a challenge. It did say you can use your own bike. Now we have a couple that I can possibly use. Oh my goodness, pardon me. Now, what am I going to do? Not having a scooter, I was going to buy a scooter, but I can't justify having a scooter and then not really wanting to use it after that. So what better than in Dad's honour to get something that I knew he would approve of. I knew something that he would really quite like. So I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll head outside and we'll go through the options. Right then, I said we were going to come outside and we're going to discuss some options. So here we go. So here's the first one. Are you ready? So here we have the Mighty Monkey. This is the obvious choice to do for and to take for a challenge and a charity ride. However, as awesome as this bike is, and as much as it would be a challenge, riding it all the way to Frankfurt, and I'm all over that, I'd be happy to do it. The problem we have is that we have a schedule to keep. Schedule being is that we need to make a few miles each day, and we need to guarantee to be there, and also need to get back for the Eurotunnel. So unfortunately, this bike is out, but I would have been more than happy to ride this. Obviously, if you follow Helmet Head, which I'm sure probably most people do, that follow this channel, obviously he's riding his monkey around the world. So yeah, I'd have been all over riding this around there, but unfortunately, taking it out to Frankfurt isn't really an option given the time constraints. So at best, it will be doing 50 maximum. So yeah, unfortunately, this one's out. So we'll go for the next one. And here she is. This is the next one. Another obvious, easy choice to make. Very fortunate to have this bike as well and have a few in the garage. The stalwart of the channel, the new stalwart of the channel, having taken over from the GSX-R and the GSX 750. Awesome bike, absolutely fantastic, but it's not really a challenge riding this to Frankfurt and back, is it? Let's be honest, it's quite easy. I don't have cruise control on this, but there's no real challenge in riding this 2,000 miles. So unfortunately, on this occasion, and it's also a track bike, this one is out. So here we go. The easiest and most obvious choice for the channel for covering big mileage, it's got to be the world famous VFR 800 Sport Tourer. The world famous VFR 800 Sport Tourer. It's got the box. I've got a G rack for it. I could take 3 boxes. I could ride all day on this, no problem at all. Being the project bike of the channel, which is now basically finished by a set of braided lines, it would certainly do the job. But it's not really a steed for a lord, is it? It's not a steed that requires a bit of effort. It's not a charity ride bike, is it? Let's be honest. It's too easy. It's too easy. So let's bring out the charity bike. Here we go. One charity bike. Those eagle-eyed amongst you will notice that actually, didn't you just test ride one of these? Yes, I did. It's becoming quite expensive, this test riding, like I can tell you. But anyway, really fancied the ADV 350, and I had my heart set on that until I sat on one, and it just didn't work for me. The seat, when you sit locked into position, the seat doesn't allow you to sit further back, so you're kind of cramped for my lanky frame anyway. So having test ridden this, and with a few plans for off-road in the future, hopefully, there's going to be an off-road trial in Aberdeenshire in October. I thought, you know what, I quite fancy doing that, so also swayed my decision on this one. So here we go. So yeah, Triumph Scrambler 400X, 40 horsepower, the same power as a Suzuki Bergman, just a little bit more, not much more. Certainly less aerodynamic, as you can see. Why a charity bike? Well, it was going to be a scooter, but this is something that I'm going to keep for a bit longer, something that I can hopefully do a bit of miles with and build up a bit of a history with and some adventure. So yeah, loved it, really, really good, and suits me down to the ground. Loved my G310 GS when I had that, and this is basically a newer, better replacement for that. So that's where we're at. So yeah, is it a challenge? I think so. There's no fairing, as you can see, so I might put a screen on it. Need to get some sort of sat nav for it. Need to get, hopefully, the carrier arrives for it, and I can put a top box on it, which would be good. I can also put a tail pack on it if I need to. So hopefully, bits and pieces for it that arrive that I've ordered. Yeah, they're a bit slow. They're a bit slow in coming on the Scramblers and the Speed 400s at the minute. But yeah, there's a few accessories to come, so that will help with the journey. But yeah, next thing to do is to dress as a lord, look like a lord, and ride like a lord. But what to do? Well, I've got a few ideas, but we'll see. Because a lord would ride a Triumph, I think. A lord would know that a British lord would have a Triumph in the stable. I think that it shows an upper class, I think, riding a Triumph. Yeah, but I might have to deck this bike out in some other way. Who knows? But maybe, yeah, it needs some highway pegs, I think. Maybe some highway pegs so you can cruise. You can cruise in style. Perhaps we can put some sort of sofa on the back, or additional cushioning for one's lordly bottom. But yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be good. It's going to be a long way on this. It would have been even further on the Monkey, but this is, yeah, I think this will be good. This is the way to go. This is going to be the charity bike, and I'm really looking forward to going and to having some adventure on it. It's going to be fun. So anyway, all jokes aside, please do refer to the Prostate Cancer UK website for guidance on symptoms and things to look out for, and any support you can give us on this journey would be greatly appreciated. And I know my dad would approve. He loved a Triumph. He's had several Triumphs over the years, including several Tigers. He's had Speed triples. He had Daytona 1200, Daytona 900. He's had Tiger Explorers 1200s, 900s, 955. He had a couple of Thunderbirds. He had a Thunderbird Sport, Thunderbird Storm. Dad, bless him, if he'd have been here to ride one of these Scramblers, then he'd have certainly gone for it. We both had BMW G310 GSs, and that was great up until Dad unfortunately had to sell it. But yeah, anyway, I'm sure he'd approve, and it's going to be good. It's really going to be good. So yeah, check out the Prostate Cancer UK website. Please do follow the links and the details in the description, and please give us a follow, a like and subscribe, and please do donate. It's for a very worthwhile cause, and I know I certainly appreciate it at grassroots level, and I know my dad, bless him, I know he would really appreciate it as well. So yeah, onwards and upwards. Let's do something good for charity, and let's make some fun and have some fun while we do it. So thanks so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe, and give us a follow, and we'll see you on the next one.